Mr. Tom was a man of strong traditions. Every morning, his wife, Ada, would prepare bread and tea for breakfast, believing it to be the ideal meal to start the day. But Mr. Tom would frown at the sight of it, pushing the plate away. "Give me real food," he would say, shaking his head. Ada pleaded with him to adjust. "This is modern times," she argued. "Gari and soup so early in the morning is too heavy." But her words fell on deaf ears. Mr. Tom would secretly sneak out after pretending to sip the tea, heading straight to Mama Nkechi's food stall. At Mama Nkechi's place, he found his paradise. A steaming plate of eba and rich thick soup waited for him every morning. The aroma alone made his heart leap with joy. He would eat with his hands, licking his fingers in satisfaction, completely lost in his own world. Day by day, his love for eba and soup grew. Mama Nkechi, seeing his devotion, started preparing his meal even before he arrived. "You no go kill yourself with eba, Mr. Tom," she teased. But he would just laugh and order another round. He saw no problem with his eating habits. His wife, however, noticed the change. Mr. Tom was getting bigger, his stomach rounding out like a calabash. "Tom, you are growing too fast," she exclaimed. "This is not healthy." She tried to make him eat smaller portions, but he refused. "A man must eat what makes him happy," he said stubbornly. The changes in his body became obvious to everyone. His shirt strained at the buttons, his one-fit trouser barely holding his waist. Even the children in the neighborhood started calling him Big Belly Tom. Still, he did not care. As long as he had his eba and soup, life was good. One evening, Ada sat him down. "I married a strong man, not a bloated sack of gari," she said in frustration. "You must change." But Mr. Tom only laughed. "If my size bothers you, close your eyes," he joked. Ada could not take it anymore. She longed for a man with a firm body, a six-pack, someone who looked like a warrior, not a food drum. The final straw came when he struggled to tie his shoelaces, his belly blocking his way. Ada sighed deeply, packed her bags, and stood at the door. "I can't do this anymore, Tom. I need a man who takes care of himself," she declared. "I'm leaving." And with that, she walked out, leaving him alone with his beloved eba. Mr. Tom sat in shock. He never thought Ada would leave him because of food. He tried to chase after her, but his body was too heavy, his breathing too labored. He plopped down on the chair, sweating. "She will be back," he muttered. But deep inside, he knew the truth. Days passed, and Ada did not return. He found himself alone, with only his big belly and a heavy heart for company. Even Mama Nkechi noticed his loneliness. "Your wife don't go because of your food wahala," she said, shaking her head. "You go change now." But Mr. Tom was stubborn. He continued eating his eba soup, but it no longer tasted as sweet. The laughter, the joy, everything was gone. He was just a man eating alone in silence. The weight of his choices, heavier than his own belly, sank deep into his heart. Then one day, He stood in front of a mirror and saw what Ada had seen. His reflection shocked him. He was no longer the strong, confident man he once was. He was just a man who loved food too much, and now he has lost the woman he loved because of it. Regret washed over him. Maybe Ada was right, he whispered. He decided to make a change slowly. He cut down on his portions, started taking walks in the morning, and even attempted some sit-ups. It was not easy, but he was determined. Weeks passed, and the weight began to drop. People noticed, and even Mama Nkechi praised him. Ah, Mr. Tom, you dey try oh. You won't get 6 packs? She joked. He only smiled. Deep inside, he wished Ada could see him now. One day, as he walked past the market, he saw Ada. She looked surprised at his new appearance. Tom, she called out. He turned and smiled. Yes, Ada, it's me. She could not hide her amazement. You changed, she asked. For myself and not for anyone, he replied. But deep down, he hoped she would come back. Ada studied him for a moment, then sighed. Let's talk, she said, and they walked side by side. The past behind them and a new chapter ahead. Ada moved back to his home. I hope you enjoyed this story. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks.